Welcome to my channel. Now I'm out on site, got a brand new house being built in the background, and before that was built there was a garage that's been demolished, and we have an almighty pile of hardcore. So we're not going to get rid of that hardcore. This is a valuable commodity. All you need on site is one of these. This is a mobile crusher, something that I've only seen in the last sort of 10 or 15 years, but they've come on so much, and we are going to basically put all of that hardcore through this crusher, and we're going to make enough material for pretty much most of the landscaping bases as well. And on this job we need quite a lot. Okay, so this video is basically about the benefits of using a crusher, hiring one in, bringing one out on site, or if you're a small builder, maybe even investing in one as well, because it could be a fantastic investment in your business as well. Or if you're a homeowner and you're doing landscaping work, this particular machine will fit through a narrow opening as well, so you can bring it straight around the back garden. You can take all the old patios up, you can put them through the crusher, and you can reuse that as your sub base as well. It's super important nowadays to actually think things through. All the labor that would be involved if you took up your patio and you sent it around the front of the house in barrows, you put it in a skip, or you got a grab loader. Not just the price of the grab loader or the price of the skip, it's the labor involved as well. Whereas you could track one of these through to the back garden, literally create your own material as well. Yes, of course, you've got to hire it, but I bet you'd save money. Anyway, I'm gonna fire this up and get going. I'm gonna hand load it. We can use a small machine to load this, but to be honest with you, from experience, just hand loading it is absolutely fine. We're gonna grind the material down, or crush the material down to around about 1.5 inches, okay? 30 millimeters, thereabouts. So it's very similar to sort of type 1. Type 1 is a material we use, which is stone if you like, and it's all about a certain size. So that's what we're gonna do. We're gonna get cracking, get this fired up, and see how it looks once we've cleared up. So this is basically the machine. The driver came over and delivered it and gave us a quick run through.
Turn it on, let it do all its thing there. You see all the lights flashing.
Yep.
And you turn it one click, just to there, and that blue light comes up.
Yeah.
Leave it for about...
Glow plug?
Yeah, leave it for about 10 seconds. That's it. Throttle there. You keep it at full revs all the time. And then you've got left track, right track. So right track, left track there. You've got the main conveyor. That's that. And then you've got a crusher.
Yeah.
Now if you want to change, we'll turn it down a bit. If you want to change the size of the material coming in and out,
Yeah.
jaw adjust. Never adjust that when it's crushing. You have to wait until it's empty, turn everything off, then adjust it.
Turn everything off
As in the crusher and the conveyor. And that's it.
Fine.
So then basically, revs, crusher forward, main conveyor forward, that's her. Slow away. The emergency stop at the back there, and you've got an emergency stop at the front there.
Brilliant.
Obviously,
okay.
you don't want to be sticking your hands in the crusher.
No, absolutely.
You don't want to be putting your hands anywhere near the belt.
Yeah.
Kind of want to stay away from it, like, you know. Comes with a full tank.
Okay, brilliant.
That's your diesel cap there.
Excellent.
Your air filter. Really, you should do this every day.
Yeah.
You basically just undo that.
Yeah, because that's going to suck in a lot of dust.
Yeah, it will. There's your air filter there.
Fine.
Just unclip the two clips, take it out, give it a quick blow out or a little shake.
What about dust suppressants?
Yeah, so you see that there, just attach your nose to it, Jubilee clip, and away you go.
It's fairly straightforward. He's taken us through what to do, what not to do, what to put in, what not to put in, and basically it's pretty obvious what you shouldn't put in. So anything which is not hardcore, okay, so you don't want to put any timber through this, you don't want to put any metalwork through this, but this sort of material, brick, concrete, is absolutely perfect. First thing is fire it up and get through this huge pile of material. This is Ruben. Ruben's gonna help me. Now we've got the machine fired up. Ruben, you're in the music business.
Yep.
So this is a little bit of a change for you.
It is, but gotta make some money.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, that's what the good thing about the building game. You can jump on it for a couple of weeks to get off it, and this is great. This is great for our soul. Now, what we're gonna do is put a time lapse on for 1 hour, and we'll run that next, and you'll be able to see just how far we get. Right, we ready to go?
Yep, let's do it.
Let's do it. So that was 1 hour of time lapse, and it's pretty impressive. Let's take a look at the result. Okay, so these bricks are pretty hard. Okay, they're like an engineering brick, and some of them are like an LBC, and they are really solid, but they are breaking up really nicely. And the heap of spoil that we've got here, or the reusable material, I'd say is 3 or 4 tons, and we've done that in about an hour. We've hand loaded it. And it's just like everything, you've just got to get used to the technique, just got to let the bricks go in, take your time, and it's actually quite therapeutic, to be honest. We're just plodding along, but the heap's gone down. We were here this morning like this, so obviously that is the result. So we're going to carry on now and just keep working our way through this. I'll probably move the crushing machine over slightly. Operates a little bit like a digger. Stand on the platform at the back and just use the tracks to maneuver yourself. And if you're on unstable ground, you can set the tracks out a little bit wider. But one thing the guy did say to me when they delivered it was try to keep it level. And I think that's really important, because the hopper works best when it's level. Also, the angle of the conveyor belt, I think it's really important that you get that just about right. So that's it. We're going to crack on and carry on doing a few more hours. So that's about 6 hours of crushing. Now I've been working alongside Ruben, and he has been working harder than me, admittedly. He's about 30 years younger than me, and he just doesn't stop. He just keeps putting it in. And I think that's the secret. This is a hand loading machine, and we're putting mainly bricks in. And I think if you just put the bricks in sensibly, they're not going to sit across the jaws and actually not go through and hold things up. So I found the idea is not just pile it all in and hope for the best. Just take your time and just keep letting the machine do the work. We incorporated some water as well. What that basically does is sprays the crushed material as it comes up the conveyor belt. So as it goes over the top, it's not pluming as much dust. Of course, there's a little bit of dust. You're never going to stop it all. But we've got around about maybe 10 tons of spoil here. And doing a quick calculation, if you were going to bring that in, you could get a load of it on a lorry. If you can get the lorry in, that might cost you, I don't know, 350 quid or something like that. And if you're buying it in bulk bags, it's going to cost you a lot more. But incidentally, we haven't had to ship this gear out, so it's really quite sustainable. Yes, you've got the labour involved in filling it, and you've also got to hire the machine in. But actually, I think in some cases, it's far more economical, and you're dealing with all the material on site, you're keeping it on site too. What do I think of this Red Rhino Crusher? Well, I just think that compared to the one I used some years ago, it seems to be, like you'd expect, a little bit more sophisticated. It's easy to start, it's easy to operate, it tracks well, And yeah, it's a good bit of kit. I'd love to have one of these available all the time, because the amount of stuff that we get grabbed away or moved would make it probably worth our while, and we could probably rent it out in the meantime as well. So good business opportunity as well, I would say. But yeah, so that's it. We've done about 50% of it, I suppose. Have another go tomorrow and work all the way through this, and that's it. Thanks for joining me on my channel. That was the Red Rhino Crusher. Make sure you give it a go.